Hi guys, welcome back. It's your girl, Yummy.com. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and overall vibing. We are happy to have you. I don't know if you know this about me, but I've made a video or two about boy bands and how those affected me growing up and my fandom and love for them throughout the years. But I also love a good girl band, okay? I was a child who grew up in the era of Spice Girls, okay? They made us believe that we all had to have really cool friend groups that were different and eclectic, okay? That Bratz. Hello, everyone was like, hey, you have to have a really cool friend group of girls and be bad bitches together and roam the earth. And that's what girl bands were, and that's what they did for us, and that's what they taught us. Thank you, Spice Girls. Yeah, whatever, girl power, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 girl power, feminism, do you know what I mean?
It's the girlies of the vibes.
But along with Spice Girls, there have been some iconic and beautiful girl bands that I love. I mean, the Pussycat Dolls are technically a girl band, but not really my favorite. But there's GRL, the Saturdays, oh my goodness. And like I said, the UK does a girl band like no other because there's also Neon Jungle that existed for a very brief but bright time period.
Amen. 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 Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your life.
That being said, in America, there are no shortage, well, kind of a shortage, but small shortage of girl bands as well. Of course, we have Haim, the sister band, and I can't think of any more, but if I did, I would put it up on the screen right now.
Not yours, but mine. Not yours, but mine. Not yours, Hey, what am I? Chopped liver?
That being said, two of the most famous girl bands that came out of the same record label have finally all released solo music. I am talking about Fifth Harmony.
Gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you.
And Little Mix.
And now my whole week is golden. Can you see me glowing? That's how I feel. And I'm not afraid to fade into emotions, 'cause I know that this could be something real. Just a touch of your love is enough to knock me off of my POE. Just a touch of your love, just a touch, just a touch of your love, just a touch.
I was always a huge fan of Fifth Harmony. I watched them through their process with Demi Lovato beating them down every step of the way during the X Factor, the same way that Little Mix came up, but the X Factor UK, and not with Demi Lovato, but also with Simon Cowell. I was a huge Fifth Harmony fan. I bought their first albums. I miss Moving On. I am such a Fifth Harmony fan that I am featured on a video in Fifth Harmony.
Independence Day.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Me and my sister made flower crowns. We went through the line, and Cabello called me beautiful. I was there through Michelle Obama, Purcell Heavyweight, Oprah, Dollars. You know what I mean? One of my favorite early songs was Who Are You? I think it was honestly a beautiful rendition. And my favorite song to this day is Don't Say You Love Me, which I believe they put out after Camila left.
Don't say you love me. Don't promise me tonight without tomorrow too. Don't say you love me.
on We Gotta Talk About Little Mix.
You gotta speak up, you gotta shout out, and know that right here, right now, you can be beautiful, wonderful, anything you wanna be.
I was not a Little Mix fan when it came out because I was a One Direction fan. Zayn wasn't even my favorite. I was a Nile girl. I was through and through Irish boy, okay? I didn't care about any of the other boys and their girlfriends, but I don't know, for some reason Zayn and Perrie bothered me, so I just never listened to Little Mix.
Oh, and the great wise words of Serena: support women's rights and wrongs.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Which is my detriment, my bad. And I feel personally responsible for the downfall of Little Mix because I did not get into them until it was too late, and I'm so sorry for that, girls. I just didn't search it out. I just didn't want to talk about Little Mix. I didn't want to deal with it. Eventually, after One Direction broke up and everything ensued and everything, I think I ran into Touch by Little Mix.
Just a touch of your love is enough to knock me off my feet away. Just a touch of your love, just a touch of your love.
Yeah, I found that song and I was like, this is it, this is it. Then I found their End of Time song, their acapella on End of Time, which I will put here. And you can't tell me what you just saw wasn't a masterpiece. And I was like, these girls are some down bitches. And then I started to go through their discography. Salute, of course. Power, of course. They had some of the best songs. They were great. They were beautiful. They were powerful. And their vocals, unlike Fifth Harmony, were unified, harmonized, and crazy. Like, one group is named Fifth Harmony, the other girls do the harmonies. You know what I mean? One was a group of girls who were fighting against each other. This was a group of girls who had one common goal to get down the road, okay? Before Jesy left. And we will probably talk about that later. I will say that's one thing that also these two people have in common, other than being, manipulated by Simon Cowell and probably having years of trauma due to that. When the first member of their group left, it was not on good terms. There were notes, app apologies. It's crazy. It was bad. It was crazy. A dramatic, chaotic, and only a way that could be messy that girls can do. Okay?
It's just like the rules of feminism.
Those are how and when I got into those two groups, like my beginnings with them. As of right now, I still think that both of them have some great albums. I literally love Little Mix's last two albums. The last one was just kind of an amalgamation of all their old songs, but the one before that was also really good.
All eyes on me, so VIP. All of my dreams from the sky just like confetti. You're missing me, when I finally free. I got what I need to let it rain down like confetti.
I love to watch them perform. They're amazing. And Fifth Harmony, I love some of them. They were just kind of a crazy memory from my childhood, so I can't separate me from listening to Fifth Harmony. That being said, we're now at the point where every single member of both of these groups have in fact released their solo music. I ended up watching everything and just taking extensive notes on Post-its. So with that being said, I'm going to need my handy dandy notebook. Okay. There are 9 approximately people. We have Camila, who was the first one to leave, and she did Crying in the Club. We have Normani, who did Love Lies. Lauren, who did Expectations. Dinah Jane, Bottled Up. Allie, Lowkey. Leigh-Anne, Don't Say Love. Perrie, Forget About Us. And Jade, Angel of My Dreams. Now, I will say right here that for Normani's, I did do Love Lies, but I also did Motivation, because all of her beginnings, all of her first, some people have features, but Love Lies really doesn't feel like it's her song. It feels like it's Khalid's song. So all of her first songs that she did really don't feel like they're hers. They feel like she's featured on something rather. So that's why I also did Motivation, just to give her a little bit. Let's see what the notes have to say. We start with Camila Cabello with Crying in the Club.
I said ain't no crying in the club, no crying. I said ain't no crying, ain't no crying in the club, ain't no crying in the club. Hey, let the beat carry the tears as they fall, baby. Ain't no crying in the club.
And and it said it was made in 2017. I said that she sings in cursive, which I stand by. She was doing that weird jaw thing when she was in Fifth Harmony.
Since we found out.
And she did not let up, and she thought it would really work for her solo career, and it kind of really didn't. The lyrics were very repetitive for me, and not in a good, clean way. Not in a all of the girls are girly, girly, all of the girls are girly, girly, all of the girls are girly, girly, all of the girly girls. But in a stuck in my head, but not for a good reason. If you've never seen the Crying in the Club music video, it starts with a song called Questions, I believe is what the song.
Why did you leave me here to burn? I'm way too young to be this hurt. I feel doomed in hotel rooms, staring straight up at the wall, counting wounds, and I am trying to numb them all.
That was the better song between the two. That one I think was the song that should have gotten the music video, that should have gotten the star treatment. But instead we got Crying in the Club. So that whole first, I think it was like 40 seconds beginning, was Questions, and I was like, I know this song, but this is not what Crying in the Club is, and this is kind of good, but it's like, this is not what I was expecting. What is going on? And then all of a sudden Crying in the Club started, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm reminded why I hate this song. This is so fucking rude, but I wrote doing a dance song when you have no rhythm is crazy, because let's be very clear, in Fifth Harmony she was not known for her rhythm. None of those girls could move like Normani, even though they really tried. They really tried to keep up with Normani, but like none of those girls could really do it. And then I wrote that this sounds like a ripoff of Genie in the Bottle.
The club, hey, hey, with a little fat, hey, your tears turn to ecstasy. Ain't no crying in the club.
Hard to saying no.
If you wanna be with me.
The glass box is a very interesting shot, but this is low budget and lacks identity at all. It really was a moment in which I was like, she's spinning to put something out so she can justify the messy way that she left Fifth Harmony. Next up we have Normani, which is Love Lies.
Tell me why you love, tell me why you love, show me why you love a lie. Underneath the sunrise, show me where you love lie.
I said we start off with a narrative and budget that Camila's first video lacks. You can't go bad with Khalid's voice. Her voice is nice, but she knows it, her range, and she's a dancer.
It's a day in spring and night, underneath the sunrise, show me where you love lie.
She's kind of singing in a safe area because she's not, I don't think she's confident as she is now, or as you'll see her in Motivation. She knows where her voice plays and she kind of wants to stick to it, and she kind of is like relying on her skills as a dancer to really push the narrative and the kind of the beauty of the video. I said that I love the sequence with the window, and I hate the zipper at the back of her top. That window sequence, love it, beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Love and Leash. Like, I love a good window shot, you know what I mean? And I said we love a good phone text moment. I don't know why I said that, because I don't really care for a good phone text moment, but that was the truth. Now we are moving on to Normani's Motivation, because I feel like this is truly her first single. Love Lies is legally her first single, but I believe, but it was like for a movie. I believe Motivation is her true first single, so I'll be grading her based off of a little bit of Love Lies, but mostly Motivation.
Stay and give it to me, baby, turn around, let me give you innovation.
I love the nostalgia of it all. Like, it was giving me Love Don't Cost a Thing. Like, the times we were watching Aaliyah. Like, it gave me that kind of energy, that kind of time period that I really am nostalgic for. So I really did love and appreciate it. And I then, of course, followed it up with saying On My Mama before On My Mama. I am historically quoted as to saying that if Normani hadn't taken a break, we would not be listening to Victoria Monet the way we do.
Let's lay where the love is like. I put that on my mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good.
Because they kind of occupy the same lane, and I think that's kind of the reason why Normani's album didn't pop off the way that it kind of really should have. I think it's because like we're all like in this Victoria Monet bag right now. We don't need two of the same things. I find the level of nostalgia in her outfit is giving me life. Spray paint with the gear on it. It reminds me, I don't know if you're from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, but it reminds me of the Go-Go pics. Like everyone at the Go-Go had the spray paint extra baggy shirt on. It kind of, ugh. And then I wrote, "This is so black" in all caps because it's just so black. Like it just so reminiscent of my childhood, so blackity black. Oh my god, I could hear Keisha Cole playing in my spirit. Okay, no one is seeing my girl on the dance floor, and this is the most obvious thing. Like Love Lies had a little bit of dancing, this was dance masterful. No one is seeing Normani in Fifth Harmony on a dance floor. I would love to see Normani and Victoria Monet like kind of go at it. The cinematography of the video was very pretty to look at. All the street shots, all the wide angles, they were really interesting. The song and lyrics aren't complex, but it does the job. It's amazing, it's hypnotizing. When the song is over, you're like, why isn't there 5 more minutes? But then you realize you've just been listening to the same minute and a half over and over again, and you kind of feel tricked, but it's great. And it says "Ass Shaking in the Rain" is a classic, which it absolutely is. I love that she threw it back to that. It's giving Step Up 3D. Moose. I wish the outfit changes came earlier, which I wholeheartedly agree with. I think I'm spoiled by K-pop again because there's so many mixed cut-in shops, so many different outfits and varieties, that I kind of wanted to see more of the other outfits, more of the other looks. They were actually really great. Next up, we have Ally with Lowkey.
Lowkey, you should really get to know me. Yeah, I know you got some things that you can show me.
The thoughts that I have for this video, they aren't bad, but I'm gonna warn you right now, they aren't great. How bad was that Kardashian child support check that Tyga had to do this? Was the first thing I wrote, because I don't understand why he featured on this. It was so unnecessary and actually kind of pissed me off the entire time. It's giving Rachel in that Diada dance sequence. I'm not sure if it was actually Rachel or Kate Hudson's character, but it's like that Fosse Niada sequence. That's what it's giving. Every time I think of that, I think of like Broadway Fosse, and it takes me back to that Niada scene. So that's, my brain really couldn't like get past that. She did have more budget than Camila. Everyone had a better budget than hers. I said these lyrics sound like they were written in Spanish and then translated. Very K-pop of them. Next, we love a silhouette. Saving the dancing for Normani, please, but the heels are a nice touch. I feel bad that I always have to compare everyone, especially in Fifth Harmony, to Normani's dancing because she is such an elite dancer. But when you have a dance sequence like that and you are like, you know, my brain is going to compare you to the bitch who like does backflips, you gotta be prepared for me to be unimpressed, okay? Points because Lowkey is my favorite slang though. Lowkey is one of my, it's a DMV slang original. Like, I was saying Lowkey when I was a kid, and then all of a sudden it became really popular with the millennials and Gen Zers, but it's one of my favorites. Dance breaks are for dancing, not trotting. Refer to my comment before. Don't come here with a dance break if you're not ready to be perceived, okay? I said hate her clothes. Putting your name on your back doesn't make you cool. I hated that. There's something so middle school about it. I don't know. It looked like iron on letter. It made me mad. With that being said, we move on to Dinah Jane and Bottled Up.
I'm drinking, baby, 'cause I'm bottled up. I'm smoking, baby, yeah, I'm high as fuck.
Starting off, she's better than this.
Reconsider this, queen. You're better than this.
Again, I love Dinah Jane. Was one of my favorites. Her voice was so interesting and big. She never actually was taught properly how to use her voice, I believe. I think it was one of the biggest downfalls of Fifth Harmony.
I'll give you anything you need. I'll give you anything you need. Oh yeah, I'll give you anything you need.
I think they focused so much on the uniqueness of Camila, of the smoothness of Lauren, and that the places that Ally could fill, that they just were like, okay, Dinah, blow when we need you to blow. 1, 2, 3, shout. I don't think they really focused on honing that skill properly, and I think that Bottled Up kind of shows that a little bit, but it also is the closest to what Fifth Harmony originally made. Like, it's the most Fifth Harmony song out of all of the new songs. I said love the colors and the clothes in the video. The aesthetic of the video is very cutesy for me, very lovely. I loved it. I was like, I vibe with this color palette. I vibe with the looks. I don't think Ty Dolla $ign was necessary for this. I think there was also somebody else on it as well. It was a lot of people on it, too many. I feel like she should have just left the feature as her underboob because that was a slay, and the rap break was unnecessary and less of a slay. Ty did better than Tyga, but that's not hard. The bar was in hell. Like, Tyga's was terrible for me. I felt personally offended by it. I also just hate Tyga because I'm a big Travis McCoy, Gym Class Heroes fan, and we will never forgive him for thinking that he can get away with saying that Lil Wayne is the one who jump-started his career. Fuck off, Tyga. That's just me. Too many people for a debut single. And that's what I said before. It's too many features. There's too many voices. There's too many things going on. I just wanted to focus on her. And I felt like I didn't get to do that. And I felt like that was on purpose. So the lyrics aren't bad, but the production reminds me of Rugrats or Oh My by 17, which is like kind of like a kiddish more feeling. Like... but not in a nostalgia way that was like more like Normani. Again, I'm comparing you to what is the highest standard as of right now. In every group you have like the more grown-up adult sexy one. Saying a sexy one in Fifth Harmony is kind of weird, but like you had the more like grown one in every group. In the Spice Girls it was clearly Posh Spice. Like in La Seraphim it's always Sakura. Like there's always a more grown one in a group. That's just how a group works. And Dinah was always the more grown one, the more grown and sexy one, because she was curvier, she was taller, you know, she was like, ooh. So I feel like she's trying to be still that like sexy grown-up version of herself rather than showing us just like who she is, or if that is who she is. It didn't feel as genuine. Love an alternate liquor store than a bar. Bottled Up is obviously about drinking, and you would think drinking bar, but she said drinking liquor store. And I'm a big fan of wearing crazy outfits in places where they don't belong, so it was nice to see. Next up we had listen, all of this is biased opinion. Fuck off. I'm so sorry. Not really fuck off, obviously. Love that you're here, but like this is my biased opinion, and Lauren, okay, for me was that girl.
Easy. The way I pull it off made this shit look easy.
Was that girl. She was my favorite in Fifth Harmony. I loved her the most.
Me, color outside the lines. Love the way you tap me up. Baby, take your time. Don't promise me tonight without tomorrow too. Don't say you love me.
She was just the one I vibed with the most. Her voice was the best for me. It's kind of deep, husky kind of energy. It gave me a Amy Winehouse feel that I really, really loved and appreciated. For Lauren, her first song was Expectations.
Heaven was start of me. Wish I had no expectations. I really wish that I could get it through your head.
She had another song, More Than That came out right after this that I still play today. That is like part of my strongest playlist, one of my favorite songs.
You gon' have to come stronger than this liquor. Wanna take me home, better be more convincing. It'll take more than that to get to me, more than that to get your.
But we're not talking about that song. We're talking about her first song, which is Expectations. A little bit slower, but equally as amazing. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be mad if you hate her because, oh, I love her. And I loved this. The first thing I wrote after I watched the whole thing was cinematography, 10 out of 10. This was beautiful perfection. I think the whole thing was in black and white. It was amazing to look at. It was just her. It was so raw, beautiful. It's what I wanted. Like, as opposed to Dinah, who was like giving me all these people, all these features. It's just Lauren in this big ass beautiful place. Like, I love it. I said, as expected, a clear view of styling, taste, direction with the video from the first shot. That is one thing that I do love and appreciate about Lauren. She's always been very clear on her aesthetic, on her style. She has this eclecticness to her that is similar to what Willow Smith, I would say, and she just wears that shit as her like pride and freedom and freak flag, and she's really clear about that kind of like look and vision throughout the entire thing. Like all of the other ones seemed visionless except for Normani's Motivation, but again, that's like, that wasn't her first single release. So Motivation and this one had clear like understandings of who they wanted to be as artists. I said I would love her if she wasn't a mess, which is again, girl, what are you fucking doing? Sometimes you be saying shit and I'll be like, what is going on? Like, what is Lauren doing?
Pushing others away, thinking no one will stay.
I said I want more cutscenes, but her voice and the music work so well together that I don't mind. I would love more like interaction of like just, you know, B-roll scenes of her like in this area, but I don't even mind because again, it's the opposite of Dinah. It has a classic beauty film to it that is very interesting and minimal as opposed to the bigness and the fullness and all the people and all the stuff of Dinah's. And she has the most credits as well. I think she has a lot of like writing credits on this song and in Fifth Harmony as well. She had writing credits.
With no confrontation, I really wish we could talk about it instead. All these tears that I cry while I'm turned to the side and you're in this same fucking bed.
So like, I think that also helped with knowing her direction of what her sound of her voice is and was at the time. Well, duh. No shit, you really feel her direction and her aesthetic in this music video because she directed and co-edited this piece. The biggest thing that I love about this music video is the excellent storytelling that it showcases. It uses narrative, lighting, cinematography, all to relay this beautiful story of temptation. We are moving into our Little Mix section of this video. I'm going to try and keep it brief. There's only 4 girls and I did have a lot of feels, but I did want to let it be known. Again, similarly to Camila, when Jesy came out, she came out in a cloud of controversy of leaving the group, and it felt like this was a little bit rushed because she wanted to put something out to like prove that leaving the group was a good decision, and clearly this did not.
I like a bad, bad boy. You know I like a bad, bad boy. I like a bad boy. You can't stop me. I love bad boys for life.
One, I've never seen this train wreck was the first thing I wrote because this was very famous on Black Twitter for being offensive, and I saw like the clip outs and like that Diddy was in it, but I didn't really like watch the whole video. I was like, I don't need to give a review for that shit. I said if I didn't know what BS was to come, I would enjoy everything before she stepped off that bus. It was giving aesthetic shots, it was giving vibes, and I kind of liked it. I said love the jacket, hate her.
Love her dress. Hate her.
Sampling something iconic does not make one actually iconic, okay?
Oh, that's no boy, nigga! Oh, man!
Something about everything in this video is giving classic by Iggy Azalea. The Diddy should have told us what we should know.
Friday nights, that's my night, alright? That's the night that I party. Hands off for Friday nights, okay? And also, if y'all having a party, y'all can invite me too. Welcome to the neighborhood. Police! Police! Help! Police! Help!
Like, as of now, this nigga's in jail. Diddy's in your video. That is not a good sign.
Fake your death, change your name, have a fun new life. I think that's the way you do it.
It would be actually cute if she was black. Like, if she was like, if this was like her actual, like, real lived experience, that would be cute. The song would still not be good, but that would be a cute video. Nicki Minaj has the best rap feature on this list, and that somehow does not help.
Bad bitches want a bad boy. Word to Biggie, Diddy, and Mace. Whoa, like Rob, won't find a prettier face. My body smoking, come get the pole. Lucky charms on my anklets, no not cereal. Jesy, we got all these jelly bitches acting real messy. Still a bad bitch, whether I'm sporty or I'm dressy.
He's evil, but damn if she is not theatrical.
Nicki Minaj's rap in this was undoubtedly good. Nicki Minaj is a good rapper. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say she's not. Is she crazy? Yes. Do I still listen to her music? No. Did I listen to Pink Friday too? Fuck no. But like, I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that her rap wasn't good. Her rap was very good, but it's Nicki Minaj, so I didn't really care that much. God, this would be so much better if she's black and didn't terrorize her black colleagues.
So you could say it, but I can't.
Yes.
Is it because I'm white?
Yes, exactly.
That is racist.
You know what else is racist? Enslaving an entire race for like 400 years.
Okay, man, look, like, yeah, my people might have messed up a long time ago, man, but...
Similarly to Camila, terrorizing the shit out of Normani. Jesy was like, Camila already did that, so I'm gonna take it a step further and then appropriate the culture in which I traumatized her with. Whoopsie, she tried entirely too hard and she missed the mark. I don't know what kind of PR she did after that, but I know that she got blacked the fuck off at Jingle Bell. Like, everyone was like, no one has time to watch this bullshit.
You know, for the culture.
Now that we've gone through the mud, my favorites in Little Mix are a little harder. They switch around a little bit more, and this girl was my first favorite. It's Leigh-Anne, and she does Don't Say Love.
Don't say love if that's not what you're chasing. I need. I just need something that. I just need something that. I just need something that's real.
Don't Say Love, not to be confused with Don't Say You Love Me by Fifth Harmony. Immediately my aesthetic. Immediately was giving more of my vibes than Jesy could ever. Like, any of the girls on the list really, like, some people were giving me nostalgia, but this was giving me my vibes, and I loved it. Budget, ladies and gentlemen, we spend on special effects, and that is how we know we have what? Ching-cha-ching, monies. She looks older, but in a really good way. But when she did this, she stepped out like a woman. I was like, ooh, childbirth has changed you, and I kind of like it. The clothes are eating. The sound is okay, but the clothes are eating. The aesthetics were really carrying this video. I wasn't super sold on the song, especially because I know what her voice can do, but you know, she was giving us cinema, and I love that. Yes, Diva, give us cinema work.
That's fierce. Get you a fag hag like her.
The lyrics could be better, but because it's more EDM, and I like her, so it's okay. Again, I'm coming off of like re-listening to a lot of Hosier, listening to a lot of Chappell Roan, listening to a lot of Sabrina Carpenter. So like lyrical content of like storytelling and narrative is at the forefront of my mind right now. And then I said, what the fuck is the coloring and the movement is so, well, it's so good. The coloring, the movement, the stylistic choices, such a good vibe. She looks good. She sounds good. It's shot well. Lighting reminds me of Insecure. If you ever see how they like Insecure, it's very interesting. Or maybe like an A24 film. The styling was good. The aesthetic was good. Beautiful, lovely, but it did not have a narrative that I was kind of looking for and wished for and hoped for. And it didn't really like do anything for her voice, especially because I know how good her voice is. Next is Perrie, Forget About Us.
I don't want you ever to forget about us. I know you're never perfect, but I think about the life we never had. Yeah, we both found different love, and we're moving on.
And I found out about this song because she was on a channel of, I can't remember what the girl's name is, but she's a German girl and she's like a singer. She's really cool, but Perrie was on her channel trying German snacks.
I'm not gonna forget about it, but we're gonna forgive because I cannot keep on living with all this rage inside of me.
It was very cute. So that's how I kind of remembered that Perrie was putting out music, but she put out Forget About Us. I will say a very different version of nostalgia was immediately shown to me. It was giving me a very different but familiar feeling. Her voice is doing God's work as it usually does. Perrie is one of the best vocals.
That if I don't stop this car right now, we'll get home and I have to say, you go your way, I'll go mine, okay? Okay, okay, I'm not okay. You go your way, I'll go mine, okay? Okay, okay, and you'll never see me cry again. I don't even care anymore.
Like, she's so strong and powerful and flexible. She's a vocal athlete, and it's truly beautiful to watch. In theory, this is so simple and so sentimental, but because it is so simple, sentimental, and her voice is so beautiful, it works and harmonizes so well. I love it, especially with the VHS footage. I think that's what also makes it feel vintage and lived in. And then the beat hits and Hot Girl starts hot girling in undies and a sweater. And I was like, she has a vendetta against pants, because she was roaming around this place, no pants, not a pant in sight. She would walk past pants, no, fuck you, no, I don't want no pants. It's crazy. But she was hot girling, and I appreciate it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is her post-baby body, and she is giving us. I love it. She said Our Song But Sadder, which is like Our Song by Taylor Swift. That's kind of the version. That's kind of the lyrical content I would say it is equivalent to. We love a running in a ball gown moment. I love a running in a ball gown moment, Nava Rose. And then the last note I really had, again, was more about the style, and it said yellow ruffles and high notes make me think of Beyonce's Lemonade. It was giving layers of Beyonce, because something about it was giving sandcastles. The last person we have is my favorite Little Mix member. I did not save my favorites for last. My favorites just happened to be last on putting things out. But my favorite Little Mix member is Jade, and she dropped Angel of My Dreams.
Angel of my dreams, I will always love you and hate you, it's not fair. It's so bittersweet, I will always want you and need you, you don't care.
That's actually the thing that kind of spurred me making this list. I saw this tweet, and I was like, I have to talk about it because I'm so glad that she's putting out music. I'm so happy.
If you want to talk about pop girlies,
Do you know what? I knew you were
listen to me right. No.
Dear listener, this guy has been waiting to pull the Jade thermal card from when we started.
Excuse me. There was many times where I could have pulled the J card and I didn't. And she's in the era right now. She is flying. Listen,
the angel of our dreams,
the
honey.
wings are open. The wings have expanded. She is out here with all of the history and the culture and the love and the joy.
British, African, and a little Middle East, yeah. Here's a lesson, Arabic for free. Tell them little haters that I call them Yemeni. Yeah, ليس لديك عمود فكري.
And she's doing what she truly loves and enjoys.
And she's killing it.
So my final selection is pop girly of the moment.
Yes. You're so cheeky.
Jade, Angel of My Dreams. Let's go.
I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven when you're looking at me. That's hot, 100 degrees. You know I'm the next main pop girlie.
I said this thumbnail has been haunting me. I'm so excited because I put it in my watch later because I didn't want to make this video without, like, I wanted to sit down and watch all of them back to back so that I could really soak it in and do an equal comparison in the moments. So I was just waiting to watch this video, but the thumbnail looked so kooky that I loved it, and it was haunting me. I said gross, but I already like the humor in this video. The others were all very serious. I think there was like a weird scene with like a spit or something. It was a gross thing, but it gave me like a twinge of humor. I can't make a lot of K-pop references, but I want to say like when La La Lee by 17's hip hop unit dropped and we saw how quirky it was going to be in like those first shots, and then you see Vernon in his Ajuma outfit, like, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a fun time. We're having fun. And that's what this gave me. It gave me like a lack of seriousness that all of these did not have. All of these were very serious except for Jade's, and I kind of love the overall unseriousness because it's one of my favorite things about her. I do love Homeless Jade. She was eating in this entire thing. I loved Homeless Jade every step of the way. The actual childhood videos are chef's kiss. It provides a level of intimacy to this video that makes her debut single feel incredibly more special, especially since she's the last one. It feels more personal. It's set up for me to feel like the lyrics were gonna mean more than any of the other stuff these people were talking about.
Love, when you call me a star, you let me down in the dark. Want you and need you, you don't care. But it feels like
plot twist as well, which definitely happened a few times. Yes, High Femme Camp Nightmare is what I also wrote, because she was giving these moments of like just an ethereal cuntiness that was in fact illegal levels of camp, and I kind of appreciated. This is the best. How does she make it fun yet still show off her range and not be boring is this, because there's so many pieces and facets to the song. It reminds me, again, a K-pop reference, but like Girls' Generation loves to like do little mix up and switches, or like end mixes, mix it and mix, change up. Like there's a lot of like weird different parts of this song that click into being multiple songs, but like make sense together. Still showed off her range. It still had a funky EDM fun section, and yet the lyrics were also earth-shattering.
There's a fun fact for that ass.
I'm mad, kid, I'm sad, it's so bad, it's funny. Care if I cry, care if I die, you only care about money. Selling my soul to a psycho, they say I'm so lucky. Better act like you're lucky, honey. Care if I cry, care if I die, you only care about money. Selling my soul to a psycho, they say I'm so lucky. So I better act like I'm lucky, honey. Care if I cry, care if I die, you only care about money. Selling my soul to a psycho, they say I'm so lucky. Better act like you're lucky, honey. Care if I cry, care if I die, you only care about money. Selling my soul to a psycho, they say I'm so lucky. Better act like you're lucky, honey.
Yes, mother, the results are in. 10. I'm gagged.
Yes, Queen, Skinny Legend, Versace boots the house down. Slay Queen, Hunty Mama, and Oop Daddy work. Charlie XCX, snatch my wig.
And the message behind it was unveiled slowly, beautifully, and well. And I loved that. She's a better dancer than I remember. She had a dance sequence, and Fifth Harmony, not known for their dancing. Very bad at dancing, very uncoordinated with each other. Little Mix is different. They were always very coordinated. They were always very succinct and like great with movement. But I just never like saw anyone stand out as a more amazing dancer than anyone else. And Jade made me like actually like look and be like, oh no, Jade is always actually fucking it up. Like whoa, I really forgot and missed that she's always fucking it up. I said, I get it. I love it. My mind went to the predatory nature of K-pop, but it's her story of dealing with Psycho, aka Psycho, which is Simon Cowell's record, but also a record label, but also Simon Cowell is in fact a psycho. So you really see this story in the nature of like, in the lyrics, in the performance, in the video narrative of how she's being taken advantage of, like by this system, which again, this is like what literally One Direction, all these people, like all these boy bands and girl bands had to go through, like even like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and all of them. All the different hers she had to be to stay sane and famous are depicted, which I thought was very clever. It's like you have a person, and this is something that people don't always read in their parasocial relationships, but the person that you form a parasocial relationship with is not a real fucking person. It's a version of that person that is digestible for the media, for the output that they're doing. Then there's who they really are. Then there's who they need to turn on to be on stage. There are different versions. For any famous person, there's 1,000 different versions of them that they have to show to different people. It's uncomfortable sometimes, but you know, it's something that helps them stay sane, and she really depicted that beautifully, and I loved it. Also, Lowkey calling the British media who terrorized the monkeys is very fucking funny. I saw that little bit, that little joke. I don't know if anyone mentioned it, but I thought that that was fucking hilarious. Like, the British media used to terrorize them. Piers Morgan can kiss my ass off that. Now, with that being said, we have our final rankings coming through. I'm gonna be quick about this because it's very obvious what the final rankings are if you've been paying attention. But number 9 goes to Jesy with the nonsense that was Boyz. Number 8 goes to Camila because it was just boring. Jesy's was just offensive. Camila's was rude and boring because you gave me a song that I kind of actually liked. You cut it off and then you put on whatever the fuck that I just watched that pissed me off. 7 was Allie with Lowkey because it was just okay. And you also had Tyga and I hate him. Number 6 is Normani with Love Lies and Motivation. I know you thought that would be higher, but it's not. I did love the nostalgia, I did love the beauty of it, but the simple fact that I had to go to Motivation instead of working with Love Lies has to dock her a point or 2. Next is number 5, we have Dinah Jane, and I did love Bottled Up. Like I said, I love the aesthetic of it, but it did get boring, repetitive, and it did feel very crowded at times. Now we have our top 4, which are 1 Fifth Harmony member and 3 Little Mix members. So you can kind of tell I may have been a hard Fifth Harmony stan, a hard harmonizer, but dang, you know where I am clearly a mixer now. Number 4 is Leigh-Anne. I said Leigh-Anne's because as much as I love the aesthetic, there was no narrative to it really, and it didn't showcase her voice in the way that I know it to be, which is like ethereal and beautiful and powerful. 3 goes to Perrie. I love Forget About Us. I love that she refused to wear pants, and it did showcase her voice, but it was good. It was a vibe, but it's not something I would immediately be like, that I'm playing. Number 2 is obviously Lauren with Expectations. It was beautiful, it was cinematic, it was minimal, so crisp, her voice was beautiful, everything about it was stunning. And then number 1, of course, is Jade with Angel of My Dreams, which is honestly crazy because that is the exact opposite of Lauren's. Like, Lauren's is so black and white, minimalist, simple, just her, beautiful, stationary, but Jade's Angel of My Dream is just full of crazy campness, beautifulness. It showed a dynamic range on her. It showed her fun, quirky side. It gave us plot, narrative. It broke my heart in storytelling, but still managed to be funny and cute and quirky and just like her. And we love it here.
My mother calls me Jade, but I think I'm Queen of Sheba. Clutching all the pearls, making all of you believers. You're gonna hear plenty more Jade through your speaker.
The realization that both of the videos that I chose for my top 2 are an amalgamation of understanding the dynamics and dichotomy of being a star and portraying the 2 different facets of being an artist, whether it's the seductress and the innocence of what Lauren is doing, or starving artist versus the pop machine versions of yourself, like how Jade is showing and showcasing in her video.
We expect. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Both of them have out there aesthetics that remind me of a Sabrina Carpenter, of a Halsey, of a SZA, of a Chappell Roan, of these caricatures and performers that really showcase storytelling and put that first.
Angel of your dreams, a fantasy you can have. I need to stop my senses. We're sorry, may I add? You ain't got no backbone.
With that being said, that is my final rankings for the Little Mix Fifth Harmony mashup of solo wars that are going on. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. If you don't, that's also fine. You can tell me how you feel about it in the comments. With that being said, I'm Yemi.com. Thank you for watching, friends. Don't worry, I'll be back and stay tuned.